Shall we pray? Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for everything you do for this great community. Our hearts and our minds go to the families affected by the shooting of the deputies down south. And God, you would just be in peace that the family and friends of those. And we were mindful of your constant protection over those that serve our community on a daily basis and take their lives in their hands also as they serve us. God, I ask you to be with this school board tonight as it leads the city forward. In your name we ask. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Vernon. Alderman Phillips.
Here.
Alderman Weeberry. Alderman Crockett.
Here.
Alderman Walker.
Here.
Alderman Fair. Alderman Benjamin.
Here.
Mr. Asbury.
Here.
The Attorney Winfrey. Certainly I am here. Mayor Vernon, you have.
Okay, you should have 2 claims reports and the meetings for the last minute. Any questions on those? Not much of the claims report this time. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to pay the bills and approve the minutes. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Citizen participation. If not, Corey, would this be a good time, you think? Would you like to tell us anything when you started with the airport, with the meeting?
Yeah.
Perfect, sorry to put you on the spot, but you're here, so I thought it'd be great. Yeah, come on up. Let us know kind of, you said you had your first initial meeting.
I've never been here before. Yeah, so we met, there was 6 of us, go over that airport stuff, and really we're just gonna figure out what spots are available to, that can be built on, and then, getting those going. Like with people that aren't gonna sit on them for 5 years before they do anything. And then a big problem with our hangar a little bit is there's no T hangars to park stuff in. All the other airports, like I won't fly into a hangar if I can't put it in a T hangar, So maybe if we could look at that, or how many spots are there, like where the T hangars used to be, what would that look like? Instead of, I'm not trying to get the city to build them, but if somebody could build T hangars there.
Is that number 1 priority? Do you have number 1 priority?
We didn't know what priority is. I wasn't prepared for this part at all.
I know you weren't, and I'm sorry, I put you on the spot,
Yeah,
but I thought you guys already.
Lights.
Yeah, the lights.
Yeah.
It is so hard to land at night, like,
Experiencing.
I almost stalled out because, there's only 4 lights that were working. Like,
Yes, we have been made aware, and it's one of those things where when we're not told, we don't necessarily know that they're always out, and so it's always good when people let us know that. But we are also applying we're applying for a grant this year for next year in the budget to replace all of the fixtures. Because
Okay.
right now we're replacing bulbs as fast as we possibly
Yeah,
can.
they go out quick. Yeah,
They go out quick.
Yeah.
And so we are looking for a 95% grant for next year to replace the fixtures so they'll last longer and they'll be updated.
Can we go back to, was this supposed to be the convention that Ryan and I were on, that we were supposed to meet with?
Yeah.
Did you go?
No, I didn't know. So we were just really talking about how to get started, how to get going. So if I could get you guys information, we could set up time to meet, that'd be great.
Okay, perfect.
We were just really, like.
Kicking around ideas.
What's it look like? What's the best thing moving forward look like?
Okay.
Yeah, so we can get both of you guys information, this is over, that'd be great, we'll set something up.
I've also had one other guy reach out to me about being on there, that has a hangar and an airplane up there, so I'll get that to you. So you can call him and see what you guys think, and see if he'd be.
He has the same positive spirit as everybody else.
If not, let him know.
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Very good. Anything else, any other priorities that you need our help with?
No, just figuring out where we can put hangers and what that looks like, and then.
So when we first started looking at the demolition of the T hangars, we had four first rights of refusal signed.
Yeah.
For those 4 lots that are available where the T hangars were. I have one person two people, I'm sorry, that are still interested in that. And so they've been sent the information that they need to get that process started. And so once we kind of have an idea on that, of course, I have a waiting list for that. But we've talked about some other places that there might be possibility for T-hangers as well.
Yeah, so we could just get in contact with people that, on the math part of it, like, if we look at the whole property, like, oh, we could add some over here behind the fuel island and here, and there's the whole property, what that looks like.
And then
For all
there's
potential spots.
the other section that we can't really do anything with
Yeah,
right
it's
now
tied up
because it's
for
still
now.
under litigation, but once that's cleared up,
Yeah.
then there'll be a lot more opportunities and more possibilities for hangar space.
Do you think it's maybe makes sense for you to meet with her whenever they have their meeting, because she's probably a bit of wealth of knowledge, whenever you guys are asking questions, she'll know where to at least go get it.
Perfect.
That works. I appreciate you guys reaching out.
Yeah, no, because we just wanna see it be nicer, and, I mean, we have an awesome runway, we have a totally crappy airport, you know what I mean, like, great runway, but just the lights and the hangar spots, if we get something with that.
You bet.
In the future, maybe like FBO, what that looks like, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know I'm open to anything that you think would improve it, and I think Ford is as well.
Well, if we put it over, it doesn't cost us any money, like, why would we not get better, because if we have a better airport with a few better people flying in, it helps everybody in town with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here.
Yep.
Anyone else? Alright, we'll go into old business, which there is none. Staff updates. Chief Vernon?
Yeah, it's time once again to update our 3-year contract with Premier Pyrotechnics, who we get our fireworks from. And, need a signature on the sheet, say we will do a 3-year contract, and then there's some other stuff I have to fill out.
Do you have one of those contracts with you?
Yeah.
Packet, right?
No, there's not.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And then they also offer an insurance, an insurance for, in case we get rained out, or we light one firework off and all of them go up, insurance.
Do we normally
Or
get
somebody
that?
gets hurt.
No, we don't normally.
No, in the past, well, for the past 26 years, our city insurance will cover, cover people, us, those that are involved. We've never had event insurance, so.
Is that something you think we should get, or is there a reason for us to?
I can check on prices and see. I'm not sure what the price will be.
So in the past, when we've had rain or drought, in some cases, the fireworks, they'll last another year, because that's what we.
Yeah, they
did
allow,
2
they
years
allow,
ago.
that's one thing I like about this company, they're down in Richland, and we can always haul them back down there and they'll keep them in their bunkers
Okay.
for the next year, and that's only happened one time. The drought,
So
severe
really
drought.
what we're looking at is the possibility of injury during the show.
Probably be a big thing, but like I say, our insurance will cover it.
Is the price going up every year?
It averages 10%.
So we always pay it in December, because that's
Yeah.
the best rate that
Yeah.
we can get. Last year, was it 12,000? I think it was
Yeah.
12,100.
12,100. And for those, just a reminder, Citizens Bank of Ellis actually pays for the fireworks. They pay us and we pay the company. So,
It looks like if you pay it by December 1st, you get 15%.
yes, there's a discount. So we always make sure that we pay it by the end of the year, and then they reimburse us whenever they.
So this needs to come back as an ordinance next time, I assume?
We've never done it as an ordinance.
We've just done it.
25, 26 years.
So, I know Citizens pays it, but is this something that we would have to bid out?
That's what I was just thinking.
Huh?
That's what I was just thinking.
Right. I mean, I don't remember ever having done that, but since it's north of 5,000 or whatever that threshold is.
Well, we're not paying for it.
I know we're not, but it's, Citizens doesn't have to pay for it. That's true.
We've done it twice. Like I
But
say,
do we
it's
cut
been-
the check for it, or does Citizens cut the check?
We do, they pay us.
I'd say we have to because we have the license to shoot them off. If we don't have the license to shoot them off, you can't get what they get.
Well, if we're writing a check, we may need to pay them.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. It's kind of a weird area when somebody's donating something. But whenever people people donate to the city, we normally just are a pass-through between the community foundation.
We've never gotten a bid on them before, right?
We did years ago, and nobody can touch this company. And the reason I say it, this company has donated for us to use, as long as we use them as to purchase the product. All the mortars, the shooting system, everything. We just,
Let me look into that.
I mean, we're looking at $10,000 to $15,000 worth of equipment to do the show.
Let me look into that just to make sure, if somebody wants to make a motion to table it, I'll make sure we don't get ourselves in a bind. All in favor?
Is there a deadline that the contract has to be signed, Randy?
She wants it pretty quick, but it's on a DocuSign and they sent it to me. And I don't know if I can forward that to you guys, but that's, I printed it off, so that's everything that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a,
All right, pay for this year.
yeah, I think we're fine going, this is the next 3 years. So, okay.
So it's not for this year, it's for like next
It
year.
is, it's for 2026, 27, 28.
But they can't, we've already paid for the fireworks for this year.
We paid
them
in December.
We paid them in December.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it would be going forward. Okay, I'll do a little checking, cause I'm not sure on that one, that's kind of an iffy area. Anything else, Chief Vernon?
No, that, for now.
Steve?
Water department's been fixing leaks and repairing a lot of the meters, changing out a lot of heads. We've had a lot of them, batteries go bad on them, so we're changing those out. Street department's been working on a lot of potholing, getting some work done on streets.
so for like the water meters and the leakage and everything, how's like, are we coming down drastically from where we've been? Like with the water leakage and issues we've had with the water lines?
We've had a lot less leaks lately, yes. Major breaks, yes. We've had, playing catch up on all the smaller leaks that we've had to put off due to the fact that we was keeping up with the other people. But we're catching up slowly. Show's doing a good job of fixing. Sometimes they've been doing 2 or 3 a day, so.
And then with the water meters, any issues with the water meters, like are they, I know we've talked about this a couple times with the water meters having issues and we've been replacing a lot of them.
We've been working with Master Meter for the last couple of months on dead meters, replacing the heads, they're warrantying out. I think the warranty 500, correct?
So, we've replaced in the past 2 weeks, well over 100 of them. So the biggest thing right now is getting them all replaced before the end of the year, because right now they're under warranty.
Okay.
So after the end of this year, they won't be under warranty. So we're trying to get everything brand new, that needs to be brand new, all the big meters set up to where they're reading right. That way the city ain't gotta fork out more money for meters that are dying.
Okay.
I mean, that's our biggest goal for this year, is trying to get them all replaced that need to be replaced.
Alright, so we're trying to catch it before our warranty expires.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, we got a lot dead, but I mean, we're hitting them really quick, so hopefully, I'm hoping, I mean, obviously the water mains and stuff and leaks is putting a little bit of a damper on it, but I'm hoping in the next month or so we can be completely caught up with the meters.
What's the process that you guys are going around to discover the meters are dead in the first place?
So, their Harmony system up at City Hall, it tells them, hey, it's not getting a read at City Hall.
Okay.
So then it'll go into a list by wards, is how we put them, and so then we go check them, if it's a blank screen, it's dead. So then all you gotta do is pop off the old one, put the new one on, and tighten it down, and you're good to go.
Okay. Has that affected our residents at all with their water bills or anything like that?
So, and that's the thing, so with the dead meters is they're getting averages. So the city's probably losing water, or losing revenue on that.
Okay.
So we're trying to get it caught up, cause obviously like the truck wash, they put a new antenna on it, Master Meter did, and the EID got switched around, so it wasn't the right EID, so it wasn't reading right. Well, we finally figured that out with the help of Master Meter, and we got it fixed, so now it's reading actively. Central Bank, we fixed it. Was it Friday? No, Thursday of last week, I think we put a new antenna on. I need to check with Megan, make sure it's reading, but it should be good. I mean, obviously the city probably lost revenue on these dead meters, but we're trying to get it back up to where there's not as many. That way we can keep up with the, the flow on it.
Do we have an idea how many are dead?
So, when we started 2 weeks ago, there was 415. In 2 days, we knocked it down to 340 something. And then for some reason on Harmony, it was showing we shot back up to 400. So master meter's still trying to figure out why we shot up back up to 400, either if they died or just, I mean, we've noticed the steel lids, some of them, not all of them, but sometimes the steel lid will interfere with the signal going to the repeaters. So, I mean, with those ones that are, you know, they're not dead and they're not reading, we're just trying to figure out and problem solving why they're not reading.
We have elastic lids too to change them out if we think it's that.
So how many do we have dead right now?
So we are at, there's 3 something. I can't remember what Megan told me the other day, but there's 3 something right now. 300 something. 378.
We have a repeater down right now.
Yeah, we got a repeater down, master meter. They got a hold of me today. They're supposed to have a tech here tomorrow to fix the issue. By my understanding, I guess dispatch was hit by electricity last week, so I'm saying, or that main repeater, it's on the same tower as dispatch's stuff, so I'd say it got hit by lightning, and that's why it's down. So as of since Friday evening, we haven't been getting reads in because of that.
So how long have we had this issue? Like, is this like a normal thing with this
No.
company, or?
No, it's been going on, but not as severe it is right now. But a lot of it, the meters are, what did I say, 16s and 17s.
Yeah, so the problem is they estimate the battery life will, you know, last 8 to 10 years. So back in 2015 is when they put them in. We're changing a lot that we're putting 2015. So I mean, master meters life expectancy, they're hitting it, but now they're dying, so we're having to switch them out, and it's all at once because obviously they're all hitting that time period at the same time.
We had all the meters put in by a contractor in a couple year span, pretty much all of them at one time. So a lot of them's, you know, hitting the maximum time on the batteries, but the good news is most of them are still under warranty. So they sent us 300, correct?
Yeah.
300 new heads, so we're changing them out as fast as we can. So the more we can get changed under warranty, the better off we are.
And then, I have a system question, so I don't know who can answer it, but I'm assuming there's a report she pulls that says, these are all reading correctly, these have issues. Is there also a report that says, wow, this one was $50 every month and now it's $200? Can you all see can you pull these reports to know where you're at?
So the only thing that Harmony allows us to see is we can see, you know, active meters, inactive meters, leaks, and stuff like that, and how much usage. So, I mean, and that's not gonna flag, you know, if somebody say, you know, Steve uses 10,000 gallons this month, and then, you know, next month he uses 2,000, it's not gonna flag it like that. At least I've never seen it flagged like that.
Okay, but
We can't pull the
so
reports.
during the weekdays, that's probably fine, but on the weekends, do you have a way to get in there and see it?
I mean, I can see the
Nobody's in
usage and
City
stuff,
Hall?
yeah. I can't see, so I can see the usage and everything like that, the meter wise. Now, if you're talking like, you know, somebody's billing process, no.
Okay.
All I can see is the meter themselves, usage and leaks and whatnot.
Have you guys seen one of those?
I can go grab one if you guys want to see a meter.
I have, because I had Don do one on mine whenever we first started it. It's kind of interesting. It goes day by day, so you can see up to the second if you want to.
I can,
and it's
yeah,
super detailed.
I can pull data logs for 3 months back, and I can do them every hour each day.
You can, or City Hall can.
Well, I can. I can pull it up on the computer for Harmony on Encore.
Okay.
Actually,
City Hall, yeah, City Hall checks
do you
it.
mind having somebody do that for our next meeting? Do it for everybody up here. Just pull their meter reading and give it to them,
Yeah.
just so they can see, because it's really interesting.
You
You've
can
seen
pull
yours?
mine. My teenagers are not taking 300.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to look at and to see what they can see, where you can see, hey, a leak started here, or, man, somebody's using a whole bunch of water from this time to this time.
Yeah.
And actually, it can.
I actually have a question too about the water meter thing,
Yeah, go for it.
so, I had a water line that was broken in a house I bought, and it totally ruined the whole floor, ran for a while. I think you got an email, right? That said that. Is there a way to get a text message? Like, is it like automated? Like, I'm not trying to get it
No,
for you guys, but like, just cause by the time I got there, it had leaked for days, you know what I mean, before I figured that out. But if you're saying that does what it can do, could you ask that tech tomorrow maybe, if there's a way, if, like, whatever standard is a day, if I'm like triple that, like, I want a text message, you know what I mean, so I can go to that house.
But that email, I get the manual one that the girls do because they just.
Well, we don't want them to do
all
extra
our
work.
properties.
See if there's a way
Yeah,
Where we could automate something here, like.
yeah, I'm not sure if there's a way to tie it in with your guys' text system or not, that I'd have
So
to.
we've been looking
No.
at that through, we've actually been looking through Front Desk for the text options as another way to communicate. I don't know if we can send a text via Harmony. I know that they can send emails, but I don't know that we can send.
It's a good idea.
I'll ask the Harmony Tech tomorrow.
You know, if other cities maybe do that where, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
ask
like,
them
oh, man, I
tomorrow
got-
and I'll see what they can do about it. I'm not sure their capabilities on that or not.
One thing I know we were doing in the past is in the morning, if we log in, it'll have a little alert saying that there's a bunch of leaks going on. And we can send guys out, we will, if we get in the morning and it says, hey, this house is using 200 gallons a minute, we'll send one of the water guys out to check the meter to see if it's reading correctly and it's really going through.
I see. And even if there was a way where we could piggyback on that, like all those red things, has anybody ever used Monday.com at all? It's an automation, it's a thing, it's really cool. You can make it automate to do anything. Monday.com, like you tailor it to wherever you want, use it for all kinds of stuff. But if that was ran through Monday.com, all those alerts, they'll automatically send text messages out or emails to all these, whoever they go to. It'd be quite a bit of data entry, you know, to put everybody's phone number in there. I guess you probably already have it though, don't you?
That's one thing that our city hall staff has been working on, because we don't always have up-to-date information, because if you've lived in your house for 20 years, then you probably didn't give us your email or your cell phone number when you moved in, you probably gave us your home phone. And so that's something that they've been asking when people come in, when they call on the phone, hey, do we have your up-to-date information? And so that's gonna be a long process, for us to get through, but we are working on collecting that information.
Anything else? David?
Yes. So I got this one kind of last minute. Alright, so they already split up the lots, everything was approved on this one, so it doesn't need to back to planning and zoning or anything. Well, they were engineering it, it's the, what is it, end of 4th Street? Yeah, it's the one over at the end of 4th Street. So they had the roads originally here, there's a line there, they can't go, so they had to redo the plans. Everything is the same, they're not changing any lot size or anything like that, so we just need a motion saying that, yes, the plans are okay to change the road from up here in the front, they're gonna have the access roads here.
What is this for?
It's the end of 4th Street. Yeah, Strouser.
Lots for houses. So before the road ran down the top of it, but there's something there, an easement or something, what is it, what's the line?
It's something underground, something.
Gas or something?
Yeah.
So
something
it has to
can't
come
put the road
around the
there.
edge on the other side to access all those others.
To get it recorded and everything with the new plan, they just need a motion from the board if the board approves it. But planning and zoning said that since nothing is we don't need to touch it.
The road ran across the top of the piece of property to access, how many lots is it, 8? 9
I believe
lots?
9 lots, one they're not building one because it's not regulation size, but the other 8 they were.
You said into 4th Street.
Yeah, so it was, the road was running across the top of the property, the north side of the property, and because there's some line buried underneath there, it now needs to run down to the south side of the property and run across the south side. It's more expensive for him to do it that way, he's got a little edge to go around, but the only difference is the road easement. See it?
Is that what we need an easement to get?
Yeah, I kinda do, actually.
We need a motion to what?
They just need a motion for the plans. to get
So it
approved,
was gonna
we
go
know
across
that
the top at the beginning, and now it's gonna run down this way and then across the bottom.
Since they changed the plans themselves, they gotta get board approval.
So they run the road up by the railroad tracks?
Yeah, by the old Rock Island. That's where it was, it's gonna run down right this way and then there,
Okay, I see it now.
just on the bottom side. Any other questions? Pat, you wanna see it?
I make a motion, James.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Alright, I think that is the only thing I have.
Okay, big deal, new business. Bill number 16. This is the first of 2 change orders. Wanna talk about this one? Scott, talk about this one?
No one's got to talk about
Alright.
Alright,
right, change order number 2 for First Street project, stormwater project. I handed out a plan in front of you. This is a sewer line relocation. Left side of that plan, there's a manhole there. That sewer line that we discovered during construction actually goes north on the page into the football field, comes across the football field, and then back down to the manhole that we're tying in on the right-hand side.
Yeah, we're doing 16 first, right?
Yes.
That's the other one.
Sure.
Yep.
This first one is it's the paving, right? This one. Which one's the more expensive one? The more expensive one is the.
Change order number 2. That's what we're on, the more expensive one.
Okay.
So what number are we on? 16?
On 16. Jeff, this is 16, correct? This is the one we're talking
Yep,
about?
that's
Okay,
what we're talking about.
the one that has color is the one that we're looking at here.
There.
So, in order to alleviate the conflicting information with this sewer line being in the storm sewer pipe, you're taking and bypassing this football field, abandoning the sewer line out in the football field, and just going straight from one side of the street to the other manhole on the other side, thereby going underneath the storm sewer with this. Contractor started out with this at over $100,000 on the change order. He told me it was unreasonable and it was not fair to the city. We had a meeting with the contractor, he came back, and this has been going on for about 5 months. Came back at about $70,000. I met with Mandy and Steve, gave him the option. Mandy said, we'll just throw time and material on it, or if he doesn't want to do that, we'll just terminate his contract. So I took that back to the contractor, and he came down to a reasonable amount.
That's what I'm confused.
Yeah, so my first email change order. We're just sorting out, because when they emailed me the one that said change order number 2 that I put in the packet, isn't the same as the one that came in the mail.
And those down there, I'll need these back. This is,
So-
yeah, that's what I'm confused.
Because
Like,
2 and
this doesn't
3 are
make
the same thing, it's just one says 2 at the top and one says 3 at the top.
They're exactly the same.
Yeah.
I see those.
Yeah.
Down there, out here.
So they don't have the right one?
No.
They mailed us the right one, it's just they emailed it first and that's what I sent out in the board packet. And the one that says 2 and 3 is the top.
So confused, I'm glad that was that way.
Yeah.
So these are higher than what we had in the past?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
But it says change order number 2, but it's still.
Oh, that's
so.
Are these all the same
Right.
copies?
It's just.
Yeah, those 3 are the same, so you can pass them all down. Those are the
The
ones
number is
that
the
I
right one, but the one I got in the email that said number 2 was different.
Somehow that got
Yeah.
messed up.
Alright, I don't think we got it sorted now. though.
Sorry about that.
No,
I
that's
got copies.
So we're looking at bill number 18 then, is that what we're looking at then?
No, it's still 16, it's just go by that piece of
It's
paper
just
that.
change order 2 is the right amount.
So instead of the amount being 18,000 like we have, it's 59,000, and the
Right,
total
that's
is
the larger one.
501 and some change, not 459. So the total to add is 92,000, correct?
Yeah, the total to add for just this one is the 56. We've already made a change order already, whatever that number is, 56, whatever is for the moving the sewer line.
948.
Yep, that's for moving the sewer line. And it started out at 100, right? 100 plus.
Yeah, we started out at over 100, came down to 70, and we kind of twisted their arms. They threw it out there, Mandy threw it out there, and it's like, came down to a reasonable figure.
Is this 92?
No, I haven't signed those. Yeah, don't write on those, I've got to sign those and
Yeah,
give those
don't
back
write
to
on
Scott.
those.
But I can email out everybody a copy of that one.
So what is the amount?
59,
The 59, okay.
So if it's 59 and 48, what's the 32, 674?
That was a previous change order.
that's change order number.
Change order number one.
So we're not even gonna see that on 501. Correct.
That's for the gas line, the first one.
Yeah, the gas line, that nobody knew about.
How close are you to being done in this project?
That was gonna be my question, is once we get these signed, they're gonna get back on the job, correct?
Right.
Okay. Cause they've been
Back
pulled off
on the
for
job, this-
2 weeks now? They've been pulled off for about 2 weeks now?
Maybe 3.
Okay, and so, I'm trying to remember, cause we had several, but the First Street one, we had several change orders on this, correct?
This is only the second one.
This is only the
But
second
when
one.
we got that one, didn't we say that?
But that was it for the gas line.
But they
That was what
didn't
were-
know this was a problem
Right there.
until now.
I don't think they'll ever say no more change orders.
Now, and, yeah, Trevor asked if it was the only change order in this, and I said, in this city, we're never gonna say it's the only one.
So in theory, we are very hopeful that if we can get this moved, we can get this project wrapped up, barring any other unforeseen things that you cannot.
We are more than 70% complete with this
Okay.
project.
And this has to be done, right?
Yes, sir.
We're actually cutting out a ton of sewer sewer line that doesn't
Yeah,
mean anything, which is really.
And it's out in the middle of the football field. So we're getting rid of that sewer.
That might be a bad day.
No kidding, can you imagine?
That collapsed out there, or leaking?
I mean, in reality, what choice do we have really as a board? We have to do this or the project can't move forward.
Right.
So I would just, if you can email me a copy of the right one.
Make a motion to put ordinance number 16, 2026 on its first reading as stated, read by title only.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 16-2026, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute change order number 2 to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and B&P Patterson LLC.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 16, 2026 on its second and final reading as stated, read by title only.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 16-2026, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute change order number 2 to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and B&P Patterson LLC. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaver.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yes.
Alderman Benjamin.
Yes.
Mayor, you have ayes and passage and approval.
I declare bill number 16, 2026 to be ordinance 16, 2026. The next one is the change that we made. Can we make a change on this?
I can
Yes.
explain what's going on. Okay.
All David.
So when we were updating the contract with loggers, after it was done, they have to have an ordinance. We had to post it in City Hall for 45 days so that anyone has a chance to look at it before we can change the city's retirement. It's, I don't know exactly what the law is, the Missouri law, I believe they wrote down here exactly what it is,
Yeah.
but it's a process we have to go through. It's had its time. Once we approve this, I send it to them, then they'll send us the actual contract so that the city can update, so that we have the 80 out program that we agreed to months ago.
I assume that's to let all the employees know, since it's not a designated plan for anyone but really the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just, it's something to do with increasing retirement benefits for city workers, because it's a public entity, we have to have it up with the public. In
Makes
case
sense.
they will say not to give ourselves raises, I guess,
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions on that one? Now I'll entertain a motion.
I make motions to put ordinance number 17-2026 on its first reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 17-2026, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System loggers.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 17-2026 on its second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 17-2026, ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and Missouri Local Government Employees Retirement System, LOGS. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaverly.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Bear.
Yes.
Alderman Benjamin.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, you have ayes and passes and approved.
I declare bill number 17-2026 to be ordinance 17-2026. Okay, 18 is the next change order to First Street. Talk about this one again? Talk about this one again?
Yeah. All right, this is on Locust Street. And it's on the west side of Locust Street. I believe Steve found a low spot in the street, indicated it, and we verified it. That low spot in the street is gonna cause a problem with the handicap crossing of Locust, and the fact that it could freeze during the winter and cause a liability issue to the city. And therefore, we come in here, we extended the curb up Locust Street, and we're gonna cut out some of the pavement in order to make this all drain correctly, so that we can eliminate that possibility. I think Mandy was out there and also reviewed it.
Questions?
Was this 519 the same figure that includes the entire project, or is this like a separate part of that, the whole sewer thing too?
It's separate, so with the piece that we just approved, we're at $92,522.50. This is an additional $18,077.50 for fixing that puddle. So it's going to, the additions that we've gone on this project is $110,700 if we approve this. So it's significantly over the budget.
So the final number is the number for the entire thing?
Yes, that's the whole thing with the bid project before, 419 and whatever it was.
When we first started talking about this particular change order, we discussed just waiting until we could repave Locust. Can you explain why that would not be beneficial?
Well, like I said, initially we thought that the pond would be just sitting there in the road and everything would drain off, but it's not going to do that. It's gonna end up causing a freezing issue with the sidewalk that crosses Locust Street, and ice forming on that sidewalk, which is a handicapped accessibility during the winter. So in essence, we do need to correct this at 4 liability issues and ADA access.
I didn't realize there's a sidewalk on Locust. There's a sidewalk on Locust Street?
Pardon me?
You're saying the sidewalk on Locust
When
Street?
it crosses Locust
Where it
Street?
crosses Locust Street. Sidewalks on First Street that we're putting in, it's crossing Locust Street. It has to meet ADA requirements across Locust Street, along with the truncated domes on each side and the ADA ramps.
Again, I don't think we have a choice, but I do have a question, and you'll have to forgive me because there's been a lot of these, but did we not talk specifically about this one and saying we had to raise it up?
That's what we're doing. When we're extending the curb down Locust Street to the south, we are raising the elevations.
But didn't we have something, did we not have a conversation about lowering it out at one time? I remember talking about this. It doesn't matter, I just am confused, did we?
I've never brought it to the city council.
Okay.
I think there were questions when Evan was here and he was gonna have to check
Oh,
that
about
out.
Billy, yeah.
Yes.
I'm noting that down.
Okay, thank you for, alright,
Her bid was higher than the street.
that, okay.
We have discussed it, we just did not have
We didn't know
answers
the
for how it was
why.
going to be.
Yes, we
Yes.
didn't know the dollar amount that either, did we?
Correct.
Okay, alright, so, thank you.
I apologize.
See, it just floats around, isn't it? Okay. I make a motion to put ordinance number 1820-26 on its first reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
And ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute change order number 3 to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and B&P Patterson LLC.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 18/2026 on a second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 18-2026, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute change order number 3 to the agreement between the city of Eldon, Missouri and B&P Patterson LLC. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Mayberry.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yes.
Alderman Benjamin.
Yes.
Mary Hunt, ayes, and passage and approved.
I declare bill number 18/2026 to be ordinance 18/2026. Bill number 19.
Okay, so on this one, we already passed this ordinance, we recorded it. When they gave us their legal description on the forms they gave us, it was wrong. So because it's just a error, but doesn't change anything on the bill's actual intent, I had to look up exactly how we fix it, which is what this Scrivener's error is what it's called when something like that is made, where it doesn't affect the intent of the bill. It's just changing the wording or numbers in something. So that's all this is saying that we are changing the previous ordinance and post-dating it so that it's in effect with the correct legal description. We can re-record this down in county.
Has it already been recorded?
It has been recorded originally, and then I have the plat here, and I'll have to look at that as well. But that's all it was, we had to change the wording in it because they.
Just the legal description.
Yep.
Is it the recorder's office that caught the error?
No, they actually contacted us to let us know and brought us the corrected one.
Okay.
And then I looked into what we had to actually do to change it since the legal description is in the ordinance itself.
Does it matter that point of beginning is spelled wrong
That's
and
what,
beginning and
it's the second one, second bolded.
It actually.
there's 2 points and then the beginning
Alright, so
down.
yes, I
And the
will make
last
sure those are
paragraph is
corrected in
bolded and
the
spelled
bill.
wrong and the point of beginning is spelled wrong. I don't know if that matters.
No, it does now, make sure those are both corrected as well.
Also on the last page, it's spelled. Maybe not, never mind, it's not.
Actually, look at the word beginning, and
No,
that's everything that's wrong.
I saw that because I scanned it and copied everything in.
Absolutely.
Yes, I will go through and make sure all the spelling is good on it, so we don't have to do this again.
So is there a motion?
I make a motion to put ordinance 19-2026 on its first reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 19-2026, ordinance to correct Scrivener's error in bill number 51-2025, ordinance number 51-2025, passed and approved by the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Eldon, Missouri on October 28, 2025.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance 19-2026 on its second and final reading and ask the city clerk to read it by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 19-2026, an ordinance to correct Scrivener's error in bill number 51-2025, ordinance number 51-2025, passed and approved by the mayor and board of aldermen of the city of Eldon, Missouri on October 28, 2025. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weeberry.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yes.
Alderman Benjamin.
Yes.
Mr. Murray, on the ayes and passage and approved.
And I declare bill number 19/2026 to be ordinance 19/2026. Okay, next one. So we're talking about listing 2 different zones.
Yes. Here as well, have some minutes from the planning and zoning meeting. And then, I'd like to talk about it's done property management. One at the end of Jones Avenue.
You can see the piece of property on the last page.
There is preliminary plans to show us where they plan those up later, but this is just like where they're rezoning.
Perfect. Anyone want to see flat maps? Any discussion?
So for like sewer lines, water lines, all that other stuff, are they already there? Are we running them out there? How's all that shit going?
Oh, I know. So, they actually would be really cool if you guys did run sewer and water lines to be built, but you do not. So, I'm putting all of it in. It's getting designed by Shoreline. I think it costs, it's crazy how much it costs. They're charging me like $80,000 to design a sewer and water for that project. So, I'm paying for that, and I'm putting in the sewer and water for the whole thing. Cause I mean, it's my deal, so. But if there was a grant or something like that where the city could get to pay for new developments, I would love to get some of that.
Where are you
So
hooking
we-
up? Where are you hooking into, Corey? Where are you hooking water and sewer into?
So sewer runs all down through there,
Right.
all the way down through it, so it's not, there's big sewer, and then I'm hooking all my units and then running into your all's sewer to get to the sewer treatment plant.
Gotcha.
And the water, I got 8-inch, with a fire hydrant over, I got a fire hydrant on the other side of the road, you gotta put it in like 300-500 feet, and it's all, I mean, it's all designed, so it's not nothing I'm just coming up and doing, I'm just following the rules.
Questions? We're happy to have it. How many lots?
47.
47.
I do have just a couple questions. So, I'm a visual person, so you're putting in water from your build to the main line? Water and sewer lines?
Well, there's no main line through there for water, so I'm putting in an actual main line as well.
Okay.
Cause it just goes to the start of it, you know, so I will run my own new main line through the whole thing.
Okay.
For water, sewer, like I said, runs through the middle of it, I'm just connect it everywhere I can.
There's nothing in there right now, Sarah.
Okay.
And this is what it looks like. There's a kind of a creek that goes down through the middle,
Gotcha.
and then they're kind of wrapping all the way around it. And there's nothing in there right now at all.
Yeah, no water, why is there no water?
Okay. And then sewer, you're just hooking in ours.
Is that okay, but the floodplain area?
Was at one point, it's not anymore.
Yeah, there's still floodplain goes to the middle of it.
Where that creek is?
Yeah, and so I'm not putting nothing there, it'll just be nice grass and.
That could be the park.
No, the park's gonna go on the piece of Delaware got back to the city across the way.
Sorry, I said all that out. Any other questions?
No, I make a motion that ordinance number 2026 on its first reading as the first reading by title only.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 20-2026, an ordinance changing, amending, and modifying the zoning map of the zoning code in section 400.040 of the municipal code of the city of Elton, Missouri by rezoning certain properties within the city.
Make a motion to suspend the rules and put ordinance number 2026 on its second and final reading as the first reading by title only.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Bill number 20-2026, an ordinance changing, amending, and modifying the zoning map of the zoning code in section 400.040 of the municipal code of the city of Elton, Missouri by rezoning certain properties within the city. Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Weaver.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett.
Aye.
Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair.
Yep.
Alderman Benson.
Yes.
Mayor, you have enough ayes and passes and approved.
I declare bill number 2026 to be ordinance 2026.
Okay. So let's talk about the pavilion. I know that people are wanting to know exactly what happened there. So, February 17th at about 9 o'clock, Chief Kidwell called me and said that the pavilion at the airport had fallen. It was on the ground, and so I went over there, met officers who were on site. At that point, I called Jason Ray. Jason was one of the contractors that worked on it, and he met me out there. And so we just kind of looked over at what happened and made a plan to go ahead and make sure that everything was cautioned off to keep people out of there. Steve and I met with Scott Vogler a couple days later to discuss just the engineering possibilities there of future plans, going back with wood or deciding to go with a steel pavilion at that point. So Scott is working on a cost comparison for that to determine what will be the better option. with the engineering plans as well, so.
We will have that at your next meeting.
Okay, perfect. So, once we have that, we'll look forward, as far as how we are going to proceed. And then I went ahead and gave him the go-ahead to start working on the engineering plans for that as well. And so, today an insurance adjuster was out there, we talked, we met, and just, he had some questions, I had to send some information to him, and so we're working in that. At this time, we just believe that it was wind. You know, there's been report stories, whatever, about foul play. At this time, we don't believe that there's any foul play involved, that it was just an unfortunate event. We're very thankful that there wasn't anyone there or under it when it went down, because if anybody saw the video, they can see that it went down quickly, very quickly. And so, you know, our next step is to work on the insurance, work on getting all of that taken care of, get it out for bid after we get the engineering plans, and get it put back up as soon as we possibly can. So, are there any questions?
Scott, did you engineer the last building?
Say it again?
Did you engineer the last pavilion?
No. I engineered one connection in that pavilion. When Steve and Jason Ray asked me to come out and take a look at it, all the timber was on the ground. And they said this point of connection, that bracket that the manufacturer gave them doesn't look like it's suitable. And I agreed, and they asked me if my structural engineer would come out and design a bracket for that one connection point.
Who designed that bracket?
And we
Frontier
designed it.
engineer that design, or did anyone engineer the design?
The design of the building, I don't believe. We bought the kit from Frontier. And so and it was constructed by Jason.
Do we know what actually failed on it? Like, is there a particular piece? Or
There was not one particular piece that failed.
Have you seen the video?
I have not.
Have you been out there?
I have
If
not.
you go out there, you can.
It's sitting, and then 1 second it's sitting, it wavers just a little bit, and then it just falls straight over to the side.
It basically snapped.
Like, when it started, it just went, like, it fell over. There are braces on the right, okay, say if it's this side that are still standing on this right side, on the left side, everything just fell down.
How much does the pavilion cost us to begin with? 'Cause I know we came a little over.
So it was about 175,000 is the last number that I looked at. Unfortunately, the GLs that we used for that, there were many other things on there, so I looked at it quite a few times, looked at all the invoices, which also have other things on it as well. But the number that I looked at finally this morning was $173,967.
How much is it insured for?
215. Just under 213.
Is the insurance are we gonna have any issues with the insurance paying out?
I don't know. I don't foresee, because it is covered, it's wind damage, is what they're calling it, and so it's what we're calling it as well, so it should be covered.
I have a $5,000 deductible, right?
Yes, we do have a $5,000 deductible. We had money, set aside to stain the pavilion, and so the money for the deductible will come out of that. And then we'll have it stained at the time, if it goes back as a wood structure, then it'll be stained at the time that it goes up.
Other questions?
So after we get, once we get the insurance to cover it, pay for it, we get it back up, what's that process gonna look like?
Just as soon as possible. We will, like I said, Scott said that he would have the plans and the cost comparison next meeting. If we make a decision, we can go ahead and get that bid as soon as possible. And then we will, as soon as we can get it back from bid, as soon as the contract can start. Obviously, we'd like to have it up as soon as possible,
Right.
you know, for the summer months. We have contacted those who have already rented it for the early spring months and let them know the situation and made other arrangements for that.
So I will have the cost comparison and illustrations of what it will look like. Wood versus, metal I-beams and columns and so forth. And then you can make a decision, we'll finalize plans thereafter of it and get it out for bid.
So is it safe to say a month from now, we can have it out for bid?
Correct.
Okay.
So, question is, when you are engineering this one, I mean, the last one that we built stood for over 40 years. Are we going back to that similar design? Are we?
Oh, yeah. It's gonna last more than 40 years.
So my question is, and this is for the board right now, do you want it to look the same way it did before? Do you want one long structure like we had before where you could have something underneath it, or would you want two structures potentially on each end with an open spot in the middle? We've talked about it, it's obviously, it's a massive undertaking for one gigantic structure, but it's nice to have it all under one pavilion whenever you have a gigantic something or other going on. I think that's something that we need to give Scott some direction on when he's looking at it, because I don't know the answer to that. I know it's gonna be around to have two separate.
Well, right now, we're looking at a 40 by 80 structure.
One 40 by 80 structure.
It was,
40 by 80
before it was
structure.
40 by 100, and so that was one of the things we talked about, because it is a huge structure. And there are very few events that we would have there that would need that full, square footage. And so, we talked about it to reduce it by 10 feet on each side for a total of 40 by 80, which is still a very large pavilion.
Okay, all okay with that?
I mean, my opinion is just mine, but it wasn't broke before the way it was built and big. So I would prefer we put it back that way, but that's just my vote.
Well, like I said, we'll bring both options and illustrations at the next meeting, y'all can decide with the costs.
I think one of the reasons that we went with the design that we did was, with the rafters and trusses up there, then you have the possibility of animals getting up there and birds, and then also people climbing through there. And so the purpose of the vaulted beams was that we would not have any issues with animals, building nests, or kids being able to climb up the beams. And so that was to keep that out there. Because I don't know, you guys have probably been in parks before where you've seen, bird poop and everything like that, and squirrels and everything like that when you're trying to have a picnic. And so that was one of the things we were trying to avoid. Now, obviously, if that design is not going to work for that size of a pavilion, then that's not what we're going to do.
My structural engineer is indicating right now that there will be a cross beam, that it will not be down on the bottom, it will be up in the eave where it's not accessible. But he is looking at a cross beam up there, way up there.
I am requesting one thing. If we can get something out in the newspaper to the public, what we believe happened, or what Jason Ray, unfortunately, is taking all the heat on Facebook.
Jason, did you have any plans or engineer that building, or?
No, because we didn't engineer it. What are these plans?
We've got a picture of what they wanted it to look like.
I mean, Jason is not even the one that constructed most of it. He did the groundwork. And he's getting the heat of it on Facebook. And I would like to make comments on there, but I stray away from that. But we need to put something out to the public so they can have some information and stop having to talk about it on Facebook. They're calling for transparency. Let's give it to them.
I don't have a problem doing that. What I'm not gonna do is get into a comment argument on Facebook. Our city Facebook page
That's why I
is
said
used.
use the newspaper.
Yeah, our city Facebook page is used to inform people of things that are happening. This isn't, this is what right now is. We're talking about what happened, what we believe happened, and what we are doing moving forward. This is an insurance claim. We're not blaming anybody, we're not saying that there's any fault. It was wind, it happens, and we're moving forward in the best way that we can. The last thing I'm gonna do is get into a bunch of Facebook comment
And I
fights
don't think you should do it on
with the public.
Facebook. That's when
I don't have time for that.
they'll write up in the paper.
I don't really know what to say at this one though. I know we know the wind took it down at the end. There were tire tracks that went underneath there. You can't prove that
I saw
anybody
the tire
hit it.
tracks. I went out there, I saw them.
Prove that anyone hit it or at a certain time, or if that's what did it. I mean, I think we can safely say that the wind was what took it down at the end. I just don't, and I'm comfortable saying that the wind's what took it down at the end. I just don't know until we pull it all up and look for sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with that. If we want to make a statement saying that it was wind that ultimately took it down, because I am comfortable with that.
But there has been a lot of paper about it already, correct, Tim?
just a photo that was under investigation. Because at that time, we had no idea what was going on. We didn't wanna start any more rumors.
That's fine, and, I mean, you have your story now. So please, put it in the paper.
Anything else on this?
Nope, not unless anybody has any questions.
Alderman, Alderwomen, anything else?
My only question is, I know you gave me invoices and I intend to look through those, but I have not had time, obviously, since we started this, but, do you have easily accessible, like a timeline, so I can try these to them? Like, I know there was some questions with the first bid, and that happened a long time ago, but do you have a timeline of like, when did we order the kit?
The dates on the invoices, that's all.
But won't you have to do that for the engineer, put a timeline together for the engineer?
I haven't been asked for that yet.
Okay.
What I was asked for today was those invoices and a comprehensive list of everything that we spent on it.
Okay, so I would just say, I'm gonna go do this, but I might ask for that.
Anything else? If not, I'll ask for a motion to go into closed session under legal and personnel as authorized by section 60.021, 1 and 3.
Move we go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Alderman Phillips.
Yes.
Alderman Mayberry.
Yes.
Alderman Crockett. Alderman Walker.
Yes.
Alderman Fair. Alderman Benjamin.
Yeah.